And of course, I run India.
ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ ముఖ్యమంత్రి చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారి సతీమణిగా మీరు వ్యక్తిగత జీవితం మరియు ప్రజా బాధ్యతలను ఎలా సమతుల్యం చేసుకుంటున్నారు?
నాకు చిన్నప్పుడే పెళ్ళి అయిపోయింది, చిన్న వయసులోనే. నాకు తెలీదు రాజకీయాల గురించి ఏమి, ఎందుకంటే నేను అప్పుడు ఫైనల్ ఇయర్ డిగ్రీ చేస్తూ ఉన్నాను, BA. సో ఆ వయసులో పెళ్ళైనప్పుడు న్యాచురలీ యంగ్ ఏజ్లో పెళ్ళైనప్పుడు యూ మోల్డ్ ఇన్ టు ద హస్బెండ్స్ లైఫ్. అండ్ అట్లా నేను ఆయనతో మోల్డ్ అయ్యాను. అదే కాకుండా నాకు తెలుసు చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారు ఆయన ఎప్పుడు ప్రజలకి ఏం చెయ్యాలి అనే ఆలోచనతోనే ఉండేవారు. ఆయన అనుకుంటే ఏమైనా చేయొచ్చు, ఆయన ఎప్పుడు ఒక్క తప్పు ఆలోచన అనేది ఆయన ఎప్పుడు తీసుకురాలేదు. అది కూడా కుటుంబం కోసం ఆయన ఎప్పుడు తప్పు అడుగు వేయలేదు, వేయబో కూడా. అట్లా కష్టపడే వ్యక్తికి ఎప్పుడు కుటుంబం అనేది సెకండరీ అవుతుంది. ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆల్వేస్ ద ఫ్యామిలీ బికమ్స్ ద సెకండ్, and it is always the people that he thinks for. A leader is always like that. It's not only he thinks about himself, he thinks about how to take the institution, like how Mr. Raghavan is also doing here. The same way, a leader is a person who always thinks what he can contribute, how to take his state way forward, and like that I have molded into his life. And of course, when I'm the secondary, it doesn't bother because I know he is doing for the good. Greetings to everyone. It's an immense honor to be here today at the Agastya International Foundation, an institution dedicated to fostering scientific curiosity, innovation, and knowledge. I extend my heartful greetings to each one of you, the future leaders of our country. And I express my deep appreciation for the visionaries who have made this extraordinary science center at Koppam a reality. Education is the cornerstone of progress, and institutions like Agastya International Foundation play a crucial role in sharpening the future of our nation. By providing hands-on learning experiences and nurturing scientific inquiry, this center is not only inspiring young minds but also equipping them with the skills and knowledge necessary to excel in every evolving world. I also take the moment to pay my deepest respect to the foundation's founder, Mr. Raghavan, whose dedication to the cause of education and scientific advancement is truly commendable. Standing here today, I am reminded of my school days and feel an immense desire to immerse myself in learning science once again. In 1999, with remarkable foresight, Sri N. Chandrababu Naidu Garu allocated 172 acres of land for this foundation, recognizing the education is the most powerful tool for social and economic progress. This unwavering belief in the power of knowledge and innovation has always been at the core of his leadership. He strongly recognizes that education is the most powerful tool for social and economic progress. His unwavering belief in the power of knowledge and innovation has always been the core for his leadership. He strongly advocates for a knowledge-driven economy where education and research fuel is for national development. Today, I urge you to make education your top priority way forward and now. In today's digital age, distractions are everywhere, particularly through mobile phones and gadgets. While technology can be of great enabler, its excessive use can hide learning and growth. You all know, with the misuse of technology, we keep hearing and seeing with our own eyes how people are misusing and how their lives way forward is going in no proper direction. As youngsters and as a motherly figure, because I'm a mother also and a mother to you all, my advice is use technology for benefit, not for your destruction of your future. India is the second most populated country in the world, but in science and technology, we currently rank 53rd globally in the domain, and we are making significant progress way forward. In 2023, India moved up to the 6th place in the number of patents filed globally. Our goal should be to reach the top and make India a global leader in science and technology. To achieve this vision, we must continue to invest in research, innovation, and scientific education. More institutes like Agastya Institution Foundation must be established across the country to nurture young minds and provide them with the world-class
ముఖ్యమంత్రి
opportunities.
గారు మన ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ రాష్ట్రం కోసం 18 గంటల పాటు కష్టపడుతున్నారని తెలుసుకున్నాను. మరి ఆయన దినచర్య గురించి మాకు మీరు వివరించగలరా? ఆయన దినచర్యను తెలుసుకొని మేము ఇన్స్పైర్ అవ్వడానికి అడుగుతున్నాను.
కూర్చోమ్మా. ఆయన దినచర్యలు అందరూ ఫాలో అవ్వాలని నేను కోరుతున్నాను. ఫస్ట్, ఆయన చాలా డిసిప్లిన్డ్ పర్సన్. ఆయన పొద్దునే 4ంటికి లెగుస్తారు, 4-4:30 మధ్యన. అంటే ఇట్ డిపెండ్స్ ఆన్ ద టైమ్ హీ స్లీప్స్. ఒక్కొక్కసారి 12-1 గంట అవుతే అఫ్ కోర్స్ ఇట్ గోస్ 2-3 hours ఎక్స్ట్రా. ఎందుకంటే ఆయన హీజ్ అ వర్క్హాలిక్. సో ఆయనకి పని ఉన్నప్పుడు హీ డజంట్ థింక్ అబౌట్ ఈటింగ్ ఆర్ హీ హ్యాస్ టు స్లీప్ అనేది. He needs a reminder that he has to come back, and more than that, a reminder that there are other people also working with him and they need rest. And they shouldn't curse him because of him. They have to work over a little more time. So I keep reminding about that, and more than that, he's very disciplined. He gets up at 4:30. He does his pranayam. He does a few cardio, strengthening workout, and after that, he has his breakfast. Then he goes to work. Once he's out of house, he's out of himself. He thinks about you all, how to take the state way forward, and how people will be benefited with his thoughts and ideas. మీ అందరికీ తెలుసు ఆయన విజన్ 2024 and 47 that he has brought out recently. It's all about 4 P's, and it's about eradicating poverty. And as usual, he tries to eat his diet on time because he had few of acidity problem because he didn't follow the timings. After realizing all that, he's taking food on time now. And yes, he doesn't carry anything in his mind. What he faces, he just leaves it there, and then he moves forward happily and thinking better thinking rather than keeping a grudge, personal grudge on any person. He never thinks of, yes, I have to, because he did this to me, so I have to do that to him. He never thinks like that. He always is very, very, very positive about things that's happening in his life. So the positivity is the driving force for him. So I wish you youth can take few good tips out of this and keep your life healthy and happy.